Live. Hey, what's up,
Hey.
everybody? Welcome to another video of Josiah's World TV. I am joined today by my lovely, lovely friend, Tanisha, and we're actually going to go ahead and talk about Insecure, Season 4, Episode 9, Low Key Trying, okay? We have a lot to talk about, so make sure that you guys are tuned in, got your nice wine glass going on, and let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so I first want to talk about Kerry Washington directing the scene. Didn't she do a wonderful job, Tanisha?
Yeah, this was probably one of my favorite episodes of this season.
Yes, the
For a
last two
plethora of
episodes have been
reasons,
on point.
but I mean, the episode was really good.
The last two episodes has definitely been on point. Now,
Yeah.
this is the tea that really just got me kind of like, okay. So pretty much, um, Donald Trump actually liked a tweet. And when I tell you like an insecure tweet, I was like, what in the world? I'm actually going to go ahead and share that. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and share that here and just show y'all what is going on. Okay.
Maybe.
Can you see the screen?
I can't.
You can't? Okay. Um, Hold on just a second. Okay, I thought it was pulled up, but you know what? We'll just know that it was a tweet that went viral. And I was like,
Literally.
what in the world? So let's just go ahead and just jump straight into the show. Um, on here. Oh, now I want to pop up. So let's jump right in straight into the show. So the show opened up with Issa and Lawrence. Issa and Lawrence actually are just chilling. It's like it seems like a very positive vibe going on between them. Like it's like we're seeing like a season one type of vibe. Issa and Lawrence when the show first started, they're vibing, they're drinking, they're having sexual relations.
All the time.
I gotta keep it PG. Yeah. What do you think about this? What do you think of that scene? Do you
I
feel
am
like that Issa and Lawrence?
I am so here for
Go
Issa
ahead.
and
I'm sorry.
Lawrence. Huh? What'd you say?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just said I'm here for Issa and Lawrence. My heart beats for them. I want them to succeed so bad. And I just feel like ever since they broke up, I've been rooting for them to get back together. Like, I need them together. I need it. I need it. What about you? What do you think?
You know what? At first, I'm not gonna lie. When the first episode kind of popped up, or a few episodes ago, when they became on neutral talking terms, I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is not going to be it. But I'm actually enjoying seeing Issa and Lawrence together. I feel like that they do have a really great chemistry that we have seen Issa with other guys in the past season or two.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Pause. How do we feel about the security guard?
Security guard, girl, I'm so glad that man is a man. Okay. Now I wouldn't mind dating security guard. I like a comedic type of dude, but that security guard was not for Issa.
Like he was such a one-off to me. I was like, first of all, why is he a part of her growth? Like, I don't. To me, it don't make sense. But I
Yeah.
was like, okay, Issa is just trying to get hers in the moment. Like she is going through her little growth period, and she needs her moment, and he was her moment. I feel like
Yeah,
now bring it
definitely. I
back
feel like
home and go back home to Lawrence. Moment
yeah,
over.
yeah. And I'm actually surprised this season to kind of seeing like Issa and Lawrence kind of get back into where they was. Now they're not all the way back, and I'm gonna actually get into that. So while
Right.
they're just cuddling and chilling, the conversation comes up. Obviously feelings are starting to grow back up. I have never had a situation with myself where I have reconnected with a ex, but the question was brought up by Issa. What are we? What are we in this relationship? You know, and also they pretty much talked about their exes. And she and Issa kind of brought up Nathan and saying that, hey, I just want to let you know out of respect that I'm going to be helping Nathan move, you know, pack some bags and stuff like that. And then
But you can
Condola
tell
was
Lawrence felt some type of way.
Yes, he did, but he tried to. You could see that
he
he
tried
was
to play
feeling
it
some
off a
type
little
of way.
bit. Yeah, but he felt some type of way.
But he did get back. He did regain back to it. He bounced back because it was like, oh, okay. So and then Condola was brought up in the conversation, and I'm so glad to hear that Condola is not pregnant. He said it is off, and that's it. Please, Condola pissed me off this season.
Condola can go home. I am not here for Condola at all. Condola's Lawrence didn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? I feel like Lawrence is going, or maybe has gone through growth, and he thought maybe Condola was, because you know she's more mature, she's more put together. She's divorced, right? Isn't she divorced?
She is divorced, yeah.
So she's lived a little bit more life, right, than Issa had lived, or any of these other girls that he was messing with in the past had lived. And so he was just like leveling up in a sense, but that gave him space to welcome Issa's level up. You know what I mean? Like, because Issa's been leveled up. Let's be real about it.
Yeah.
Like, Issa's gone through some growth. And so I think that him going through Condola was necessary, unfortunately, because I hated them together. But I did. Yeah, I didn't like it. But I think that him going through Condola was necessary because now he has space for a more mature Issa. You know what I mean?
Yes. So that's awesome. Yeah, like I feel like, how do you think about do you feel like this will last? Do you feel like that this fling, well, not even fling, but this reconnection will last? Because pretty much from what I'm understanding, Lawrence has probably already got the job in San Francisco, and I just don't see Issa moving to San Francisco from LA.
Because her LA life is starting to pop off. Like she's not going to San Francisco. But I have a feeling Lawrence is not going to stay in San Francisco. You know what I mean? okay, I'm rooting for Issa and Lawrence. So I hope that he doesn't stay in San Francisco because I'm like, I need them together. I need them to be together. But
I like Issa and Lawrence. I like them together.
I love Issa and Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
me too.
I hope he doesn't stay in San Francisco, and I think that I think it will last. They're two totally different people now. You know what I mean? Because, like, for example, you know, Lawrence got the black car, you know, the more expensive Uber. And he's like, oh, okay, you got the black car now? Okay, let me see you, you know? So that just shows his little money maturity, right? Versus like little old broke Lawrence sleeping all day, chilling all night.
Issa and Lawrence both have definitely showed growth throughout the series. I definitely agree with you on that.
100%.
So let's kind of switch gears a little bit. Let's move to the next scene, Molly in therapy. So let's talk about Molly.
I'm over Molly.
Molly was just talking about, once again, you know, the issues that she has going on, and the therapist just pretty much she called her out. She said that sometimes, Molly, you put up a wall. You put up a wall, and when you're called out on it, you shut down. And once again, Molly was just talking about how, you know, she did me wrong. This person did me wrong.
She has no accountability.
No accountability.
And this is so going into Molly, right? I feel like, and then going into Molly and Issa at that, right? I don't know if you're ready to jump there yet.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I think that Molly is stuck. And I think that Issa is growing and they're outgrowing each other. Do you know what I mean? I am not Team Molly right now. I want Molly to be good so bad, but I just feel like she's so stuck in her own stubborn way that she's not gonna get out of it anytime soon. You know what I mean? And I feel like after the end scene, their friendship is dead. Like, at least for the moment, it's gonna take a lot for that to like come back. Because this is already their second time trying, right? So I think at this point, it's gonna take a lot for that to come back. As you know, That's just my opinion.
Why is it so hard for Molly to take accountability and repair her relationships? Like, every time Molly gets called out or something that happens,
Relationships, right?
yeah, relationships, because she has almost fell out with every dude that she dated that we know on the show.
And not even like in a bad way. Like they fell out. You know what I mean? Like they fell out. And so it's like, yeah, what I don't know why she can't. She's just not, she's stagnant, I feel like. You know what I mean? She's in the same place in her career. It seems like she hates her job right now. And she's seeing Issa do these things to make progress in her life, and Molly's just stuck. And so I don't know if it's low-key jealousy.
That's true.
I don't know. If it's low-key jealousy or if it's low-key, I don't know. What do you think?
You know what? I feel like that Molly feels like that Issa is below her. And now, like you said, and this is a point right now in Issa's life where she is growing. She is growing into a better person. She's learning her trigger. She's taking more responsibility for the mistakes that she has made, and not like you said, Molly is stuck at the moment. So I think that it kind of Molly is very egotistical. She has a narcissistic personality. So
100%.
It's like it hurts her to see other people progress in their lives and not needing her. I feel like that Molly always thinks that Issa needs her.
But let's talk about, so let's back up and talk about the situation with Issa calling Molly's boyfriend, Andrew, right?
Yes.
And going through her to get the artist, right? Going around her to get the artist instead of through her. I low-key feel like the only reason Molly is mad is because she had no control in that situation.
Yes, that's deep. That is,
you know what
deep,
I mean?
Sure.
Like, if you think about it, she had no control over their communication. She had no control over her getting that artist for her event. She had no control over anything that happened in that. So that probably pissed her off or set her off. You know what I'm saying?
It did. Yeah.
Not probably, it did. Obviously, we saw it.
It did piss her off. Yeah. She felt like that. It just was not it. Yeah. It's just not, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Like,
right.
She needs to take responsibility for that.
Yeah.
So let's get into the next scene where Issa is calling. She's calling because this issue. When you're good friends with somebody, it's gonna hurt. Sometimes falling out with close friends hurts more than relationships.
Yeah.
So she's calling around. She's calling her brother. Didn't really have an answer. She's calling. Well, at first she called Kelly voicemail. And I would like to see more Kelly on Insecure. I would like to see more of her storyline, but that's another discussion.
Right.
But
I feel like her story is kind of irrelevant, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not really needed for this show to like progress. Like, she's just there. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if they went more into what's her name? Amanda Seales' character.
What's her character, child? I don't even remember, but
I forgot her character name. But if they went more into her story, then I feel like it would make sense to go more into Kelly's story.
That makes sense.
But it don't.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So she calls. First of all, it was like, I guess, a dream or one of those what ifs moments where Molly was going off on her in the car about you're such a selfish friend, but we realized that it wasn't real. But she did call Molly and it went to voicemail. So they ended up meeting up. And the first part of the conversation was a little awkward because I feel like that both parties did not know how to address the elephant in the room. So it ended up having a whole brunch about just casual table talk.
Yeah.
Surface level. Yeah. How do you feel about that conversation between Issa and Molly?
I feel like it made sense because of how bad the situation was, right? So it got physical damn near with each other, right? So I feel like that automatically changes the tone of what that conversation for the makeup is going to be like, because both of them probably have pride in the situation and both of them are probably like, I'm not going to apologize. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to be the first to like be like, oh, I'm sorry we fought, or I'm sorry that it got that bad. Like, Issa's damn sure not going to apologize for hitting up Andrew. And that's what Molly's looking for, because once again, that's just control for Molly, you know? And so Issa's not going to give her that power, you know, because I feel like that's part of Issa's growth too. Like, Issa's not going to give her that power because Issa wanted to do that in the moment. That's what she wanted to do, and she's not going to be apologetic about it. But Molly has so much pride that she's not going to apologize for like spazzing out at Issa's event, which was hella wrong. Hella wrong.
And even in the conversation, we see, you know, when they're just talking about like just random stuff, you know, about Lawrence, Nathan, the nephews, you know, just work. It's an awkward. It was an awkward pause because Molly was waiting for Issa to say, "Okay, I apologize." She was waiting, like you said, she was waiting for Issa to apologize first when they had the meeting. She was waiting for Issa to apologize first, and like you said, Issa did not give her that.
Right.
So it ended up having that conversation, you know, once they was actually walking out of the restaurant, then something was actually brought up. Yeah.
Yep. And then, but it was so light that it didn't even, like, really and truly, you probably, if you didn't catch it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and talk about the next thing. Let's talk about Issa and Nathan. So Issa is actually helping Nathan move. How do you feel about Nathan in this whole situation, especially with her growing closer back with Lauren?
Well, okay, after Nathan explained why he ghosted, I was like, okay, it makes a little bit of sense. It still doesn't excuse the behavior. You know what I mean? And I feel like Issa's gonna get sucked back in a way, but I don't like that. I was so mad at Nathan after he did that.
I'm very upset at him too. You know, he pretty much, it was like this awkward exchange between them because he was telling her that, you know, oh yeah, Issa tells Nathan that they're talking. She pretty much tells him that her and Lawrence are back talking, and you could tell, you know, Nathan was pressed. You could tell, and at least Lawrence tried to hold it together, but Nathan was throwing shade right back at her. Like,
okay, if that's what you want to do, then. Yeah.
Exactly. And it just brought like a awkward, not really, it didn't bring an awkward energy, but I feel like that Nathan does not need to be with Issa at all.
But see, what that also shows too is that Issa is real serious about Lawrence this time, because Issa's a cheater. We know Issa cheated. You know what I mean? So I feel like it also shows that Issa is ready for Lawrence and all that he is right now, and I'm so here for it. I need her to be ready for him. I need that.
Yeah,
I need that.
And like you said, he admits that he's bipolar. He had to go to Houston to get it together. And listen, you know, I'm a mental health advocate. I completely understand.
Yeah.
But however, that's not how you treat somebody that you quote unquote like. Everything was going
care about as a person.
Right. Let's go back to the end of season 3. Y'all was good. Y'all was good. Right. There was no issue. Y'all was just chilling, and you just completely ghosted her. Like, no, sir. You know, but I'm glad that Nathan,
whatever you're going through, message, regardless of whatever you're going through, you know what I'm talking about, just saying. It's no excuse to just ghost. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, let's think about it. Like, that person has invested just this much time as you have, right? So you don't think that there's gonna be, like, if y'all don't got mutual feelings, but you know this person is probably like more, you know, I don't know. I just feel like you need to communicate, regardless of how. But that's a red flag too, right? For Nathan, like, okay, well, if you're ghosting and you want to be friends now, that's a red flag. It just shows me what is your maturity level, regardless.
But you know what? I mean? I'm not gonna lie, Nathan. I kind of relate to Nathan because I'm gonna be very transparent. I have ghosted. I have ghosted and I have been ghosted. So I know both ends of the spectrum, you know.
Right.
So it was mainly because I didn't want to really talk to somebody. I wasn't interested in them no more. And rather me communicating, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I just block. And that's not cool, you know. So
see, and I'm opposite. I'm like the person that will drag a situation on longer than it needs to go on. You know what I mean? Like, I will feel so bad that I'm like, no, you know, we've already been like hanging out or whatever. Like, So I'm opposite. I've never ghosted anybody. I've been like, no, this ain't good. We can't. You know what I mean? But I've never been like, that was two fingers, by the way. It wasn't a middle finger.
I feel like, no, trust me, it is the worst feeling to be ghosted. It is the worst feeling to have somebody that you're really
just to not know.
And just out of the blue, no explanation of why, like, bruh, I need closure. Like, why did you do this? Why did you ghost me? That's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, especially for somebody that wants like a little bit of control in their life, right? To just not know, like that's yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I think that Issa and Nathan is a no-go. She needs to go ahead and stick it out with Lawrence. He needs to bring his ass back from San Francisco. Next week is the last episode, right?
Yeah, next week is the last episode, and we're actually going to go on. If you're interested, we can do maybe like an Instagram live. But
cool.
he actually thanked Issa at the end of the conversation, and I feel like that's really man of it to do that.
Yeah.
So let's get to the next scene about Molly and Andrew having a disagreement. Oh, and I actually skipped that too. Molly and Andrew having a disagreement about the friendship between Issa and Molly. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that Andrew is just really tired of dealing with Molly and her shenanigans?
I think Andrew sees Molly. I think he sees her. Like, you know what I mean? Sees her. I think he sees her. But I think that he likes Issa as a friend and he likes them as friends. You know what I mean? And so I think that he wants them to be friends and wants them to like work it out because he knows their history somewhat and he knows how close they were. I do think that Andrew, I don't think Molly's ready for Andrew pushing her.
She's not. And I feel like that eventually Molly is going to drive Andrew away, especially about the situation regarding her brother. Andrew was not here for how she handled not wanting to go to the stadium with him and his brother. She did not like that at all. No. I mean, he did not like that.
Because he's obviously close with his family or his brother.
Absolutely. Family is everything. Some people. Well, most people, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, that bothered him, and you could tell.
It definitely bothered him.
But then they were interrupted by the doorbell ringing, right?
You said what?
I said then they were interrupted by the doorbell ringing before they got into that little argument.
Yes, and that was actually Nathan and Issa. So everybody is all chilling. And let's go to the next scene. Everybody's just all chilling, you know, playing games, and it was a vibe. They was vibing.
It was a vibe, yeah.
You would think that they're actually just taking baby steps on their friendship.
It felt genuine.
It felt genuine. It was a genuine vibe. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So everybody was just chilling, and then all of a sudden you get this text. You know, in the middle of them just vibing, Molly, I guess, meant to text Andrew, and she said verbatim, "See, I'm trying with her," and it was sent to Issa. That pissed Issa off.
Issa's done.
She was done.
She's done. Not was. She is. I don't think they're going to be friends. And if they are, I don't think they're going to be friends no more. I think that's the end of Issa and Molly. I think that's the end of Issa and Molly.
Had her wit ends in that situation. I feel like that she had her wits ends.
Yeah. That's the end of that.
Issa walks out. She walks out, and she was just pretty much just like, hey, like, you know, Molly was like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, how are you feeling? And she was like, you know what? I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I just cannot, you know, and still in that moment, it was like Molly was trying to have Issa apologize to her.
She did not take any accountability.
She did not take any accountability for what's going on.
Did you notice she didn't even apologize for the text? She said that wasn't meant for you.
Right, exactly. That wasn't meant for you. And then she went back and said,
apologize.
And then she went back and said, Tanisha, that's how I felt. What? So you're telling me that the whole friendship was based off on fakish type
on making your boyfriend happy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No like way. I was like, oh my goodness. So if I had a friend to tell me, if I had a friend that felt some type of way, I would love my friend to have a conversation with me. Hey, friend,
Nice.
this is how I felt about you. We have issues. Let's work on them. I don't let stuff build up. And I feel like that's what happened with Molly and Issa. Molly just let it build up until she could not contain it. And her true colors started showing.
But if you think about it, that's been Molly since season 1.
Yeah.
No, like Molly's been Molly. She's not changed since season 1. We're in season 4.
No growth.
You know?
No growth whatsoever.
No growth. That's what I'm saying. So Issa is growing, and now they're outgrowing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's going to be like separation.
So Molly was just saying when it was outside, she was just like, well, I feel like that maybe we're just not meant to be friends at this time. And Issa was like, okay, that's growth. Issa was just like, okay. And then Molly was like, that's it? That's it? I was like, ooh, this was a good episode.
It was really good. Kerry Washington. I mean, I don't think she wrote it, but she definitely directed it.
She directed it, yes. We have really seen a lot of character development with Issa. Like, she has grown so much.
Yeah. And the last 2 episodes, I feel like, have shown like growth.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I'm Team Issa all the way. I'm sorry for people that are Team Molly. I'm not. I do not support Molly and her antics. So, no.
You know what? Honestly, Issa and Molly reminds me of Tony and Joan Clayton. Tony Childs and Joan Clayton. That whole friendship. But
on Girlfriends?
On Girlfriends, honey, she even looked like Tony a little bit. Molly. She even give me like Tony vibes.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if I hope for them to be friends again. I don't know if I hope for it because I'm like, okay, well, do I want them to be friends? Or do I want them to be like frenemies? Because low-key, I'm here for them being frenemies. Really? I feel like it would make the show so good if they were frenemies.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of here for them being frenemies. So
you know what? I want them to at least have if they both decide not to be officially friends, if they're like done, because honestly, Tanisha, at the end of the day, some friendships does run its course. If they're not on the same mindset, if they don't want to both elevate themselves, some friendships does run its course.
But you know what? But even Lawrence was here for them not being friends. Do you remember when he said he saw her? Do you remember when he said he saw her in the airport and she said, "Oh, we're not really friends no more," and he laughed?
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, Lawrence. You never liked your girlfriend's girlfriend.
Right. So, he never, yeah, you're right. He never really did care for he never did really care for Molly like that.
So. Never. Loki just makes me want to rewatch from like season 1.
I know. I need to rewatch Loki season 2. Which season of Insecure is your favorite so far?
So far this season. I'm not gonna lie.
The first season?
Yeah. No, this season.
Oh, this season, yeah.
Yeah. I say that every season. Like, I feel like every season was my favorite season while it was on. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, go ahead. Oh no, go ahead.
I do enjoy this season because I feel like that this season kind of just get more in depth. This is season 4, honey, so there has to be some type of character development in the characters. And it's happening, like you said.
It's happening.
Lawrence is in a better place mentally, emotionally. I really enjoy. My favorite episode was still last week's episode with the reconnection of Lawrence and Issa, because they had the most honest, realist conversation that I have seen in my life. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. Like as far as like exes, like they both laid out on the table how they felt in that moment in their relationship, why they went through, and it was like a no judgment zone. I loved it.
They could put it all on the table and move forward. But how much growth does that show? Because do you remember Lawrence just used to shut down? Like, Lawrence used to like, all right, and lay back on the couch. Like, you know what I mean? And then Issa was like, talk to me. And Lawrence was like, nah, I'm good. Like, you know? So, but now Lawrence is just mature and ready to have conversation and ready
He
to just
is.
be in love. He's ready to settle down, I feel like. And I feel like Issa is low-key ready to settle down, but still like in her prime. Like she's just hitting it. Like she's hitting the sweet spots
She's
in her
just getting
career. You know what I mean?
She's
She's not
just
dealing
getting
with like crazy bosses anymore. She's organizing her own.
But this is okay. I don't know if I might have to give Issa the side eye a little bit because it's just like Issa, like, okay, are you fully ready to be back committed with Lawrence, or just really take the dedication and time to grow with Lawrence, or are you still feeling some type of way towards Nathan? Because I feel like that next episode is going to be a divide. Like she's
Her and
indecisive
Nathan.
of who she wants to be with. So that would kind of play like a very
But
weird
see,
factor.
I feel like, okay, I see what you're saying. And I feel like if that was the case, it would be more like, okay, are you dealing with Lawrence because you were jealous of Condola and Lawrence? Or are you dealing with Lawrence because you love Lawrence? Low-key, I feel like she loves Lawrence because remember when she said, when she found out that Lawrence and Condola were together, she's like, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's my man, low key. That's what the vibe I got was like, why are you with my man? And oh, okay. Like, you know. But yeah, so I can see that. Like, but I think that she is serious about Lawrence's time because once again, just taking it back to when she was at Nathan's house and she told Nathan, like, yo, I'm trying to get back with my ex, or we've been talking or whatever. So low key, that makes me feel like maybe they have like a true shot at like real love again. But
Yeah.
what about the fact that Lawrence bought Issa a ring and he was gonna propose to her?
Oh my God, my heart melted. I was like, oh, but
Me
they was
too.
not ready at that moment. They was not ready to be married at that
No,
moment.
can you
It was
imagine? They
too
would
much
have got
going on.
divorced.
They would have jumped in something, honey, and jumped right out like a frog. A frog jumping in hot boiling water.
Yeah, they would have jumped in and jumped out. Yep, I agree. I don't think that they would have lasted. But now I just feel like they would last. I just need them to be together. I'm so team Lawrence and Issa. I'm so for them to be like so much in love and like I want them to be together so bad. Okay, like I just think that it's so cute. Like they're both so fucking awkward. They're both like goofy. Like they just
They
work
have their corny moments together and they get each other.
together.
There's a chemistry. There is a chemistry between them two. Yes, I agree.
But like it's like when they met up, it was like no time was lost. And that's how you know that some shit is real. Like, you know what I mean? Regardless of whatever Issa did to him, or like, you know, but that's ding ding ding. Issa is now taking accountability for her actions. Growth.
Because at first she wasn't.
She was not.
Yeah.
But now Issa's taking accountability. She's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here for them.
And that's why we're saying that. That's why I feel like that Issa has took growth because it's like she knows when to take accountability and when not to. Because sometimes there's good thing as far as taking accountability for your actions or versus ass hissing, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like that she can discernment. You know, I'm gonna have to use the Bible, the Christian word.
Not discernment. Not discernment. Conversation.
Okay, come on, church. Listen, church.
Come on, Heidi.
Discernment. Yeah, she can discern when she needs to take accountability or not.
Is that what we want to do? Are we doing that right now, Josiah? Okay.
Huh?
I said, are we doing that right now? Taking discernment? No, forgive me, God.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna do that. No, but I think that I'm here for Molly and Issa not being friends. I feel like they've outgrown each other. I'm here for Issa and Lawrence to be together. I need Nathan to follow up the picture because they can't be friends. They can't just be friends because Issa was too deep in it with Nathan to just be his friend. So he needs to go.
It's always going to be emotions. It's always going to be feelings, backhanded feelings. And like you said, they don't need to be together.
No,
they
don't need to be friends.
She don't. Yeah.
No.
Because even as friends, like you said, even as friends, there's going to be emotions. So, and it will turn into something else, you know. But my question is, has Issa really grown as far as let's say next episode? I don't know what's going to happen next episode. I just saw the preview, but is she really going to reconnect with Lawrence, or is she going to be typical Issa, being indecisive and mess up a good thing that's happening and go back to
I feel like with her taking a stand with Nathan, she's being decisive. You know what I mean? She wants Lawrence, and she made it clear. I'm sorry that you went through what you went through. Sorry, somebody keeps calling me. Hold on. I'm sorry that you went through what you went through, but I'm trying to get back with my ex. She's taking a stand. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm here. I'm focused right now on my man. And I don't need you and your bullshit. Take it over there. Over there.
I feel you. Well, before we actually close out, because we almost been on here for about 40 minutes. Did you have any last comments or anything that you would like to put out before we close out the live stream?
No, I just think I'm hashtag Team Lawrence. I've always been, even when he was being a fuckboy, can I be honest? I was Team Lawrence. I was. And I don't have no shame about it because I knew that he was going to have a growth. I knew he had to have a moment because he was with Issa for 5 or 6 years. Basically, all of his early 20s was with Issa. You know what I mean? So I'm rooting for Issa.
You don't really see a lot of women say that they're Team Lawrence. You know, most of the women say that they're Team Issa, and then most of the guys that are Team Lawrence, of course. But so that's a very different perspective on that. But yeah, Issa and Lawrence has both grown. You know, sometimes when you get into a relationship young, you begin to really just you find out the hard way about relationships in your early 20s, but then once you get out of that relationship, it's important to take time to date around and just figure out what works best for you. And that's something that I'm still.
Do I need to be out here being a hoe? Or do I need to be out here finding me a man?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with casually dating. Now, if you're sleeping with everybody, with no limits.
We're not going to sex shame here, but live your best life, but not for me.
Yeah, we're not sex shaming. Yes, that's true. But guys, thank y'all so much for just tuning in for Josiah's World TV Insecure Season 4, Episode 9 live stream. Low key.
I look like American Idol right there.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think of this episode in the comment below, okay? Comment below your thoughts. Do you feel like that Molly really just took it out of control when it comes to Issa, or do you feel like that Issa is in the wrong and she could have just went ahead and apologized to Molly? How do you guys feel about Issa and Lawrence? Are y'all here for them kind of rekindling back together, or do y'all feel like that Issa and Nathan are a better couple? So just let me know in the comments below. And this is Josiah's World TV with my special guest, Tanisha. Tanisha, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We are out. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.
Bye, y'all. I'm just going to say